If you're here, that means you have voluntarily chosen to be Rickrolled, and there's no way that I'm gonna give you up. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to consolidate everything that we have learned so far and put it into practice. Let's go to our code and I'll create a new component, and we'll call it Rickroll. We'll use a shortcut React functional component to generate the boilerplate, and in here, our objective is to create a button that will Rickroll people. Upon clicking on this button, we will add a Rick Ashley GIF into the section below here. And now it's a good idea for us to extract out the button into a separate component. Let's do that. I'll create a new component called button, and it is a simple wrapper around the native button. The reason why we want to wrap a button component is because it's easier to style the button once and reuse the button across our React app. So the next time when we want to change the styling of the button across our website, we simply need to go back to this component and change it here instead of going through the whole app and refactor all the buttons, which would take forever. I'm not going to style the button for now, we'll just focus on the functionality. Anyway, I want to pass the children within the button tags and pass the rest of the props to the button element. However, at the moment, it is fairly hard for me to do that, because if I unpack all the props inside the button tag, the children prop will be passed as the button attribute as well. How do we solve this? Well, we could destructure the props argument into children and pack the rest of the props into a props variable using the triple dot operator. And now, problem solved. This little simple JavaScript techniques can really help us to write very clean code. Anyway, let's go back to our Rickroll component and load our custom button inside here. And when we click on this button, we want to generate a new Rickroll inside this component. Let's add a new event listener called Rick, and we'll attach it to this button. Now the main purpose of our Rick function is to create a new Rick. Ideally, we want to store all the GIF inside an array. Let's do that. We'll create a new state by using the useState React hook. And now we can use the useState snippet to generate the boilerplate for us to create a new state. I'll call the array Rickroll, and it will start with a default value of an empty array. So the next task that we want to do now is to add a new GIF into our Rickrolls array. Let's go to Google and search for a good one. Alright, this looks pretty annoying. Let's pick this. We'll copy the image address and we'll go back to our code. Let's create a variable and put the URL inside it. And then we'll go ahead and code a setRickroll function and add a new item into the array. So here we're saying that the Rickroll state variable is an array of URLs. And now it's time to convert each of these URL into images. And as mentioned in the previous lesson, we can use the map function to achieve this. So inside the HTML, we will map each of the URL into an image element. And now our component is mostly done. Let's go back to our app.jsx and load our Rickroll component. And now let's go to our app. We can see that there's a big button calling us to click on it. And with every click, we will be rewarded with a brand new Rick Ashley. Alright, that's all. Hope you had fun with this simple component, and we'll continue our React journey in the next video. I'll see you there. If you enjoyed the content of this video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and the bell icon for more content to come. It will really help me out. Thanks for the support.